What's going on, family? It's your guy, Boro the Lucky Libra, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of Garden of Consciousness, where we help you plant seeds to grow into your higher self. All right, so we're just going to be getting into some brief energies for the week so we can understand what influences we're going to be receiving. All right, so we can stay energetically, spiritually ahead. So right now, we got the sun in Leo, moon in Aquarius, and we have a full moon in Aquarius. So if you haven't, you want to go ahead and make sure you check out my full moon video for Aquarius and how it's going to be affecting you depending on where the moon is transiting in your house specifically. All right, but we got the full moon in Aquarius, sun in Leo. So we know full moon periods is always opposites. The sun and the moon are opposites. So we got the sun in Leo, moon in Aquarius. So we feel like reacting and responding to relationships, associates, how we relate to others, and communicating with others. But we're also still influencing and paying attention to creatively expressing ourselves, having fun, diving into upbeat entertainment, creative, artistic expression like energies. All right, we can also be real dramatic and super expressive with our sun chakras right now and our actions. So we want to make sure we're not too expressive of how we want to relate to others when we start seeing and thinking about certain things about relationships. And now we have our feelings intertwined with these things, because Aquarius is all about relationships and how to connect to certain relationships in a more practical, meaningful way, purposeful way, more so for the greater good of, just the two working together, maybe for something bigger than themselves. And right now we're catching that humanitarian like impulse. So we're looking at our associates, we're looking at who we want to connect and relate to, but the full moon is about detaching and releasing. So we want to see what relationships are not people that we want to be associating ourselves with, or not supporting the things that we got going on, or supporting our like-minded frequency about things, because this is an air sign. So we dealing with the logic, we dealing with the intellect. All right, so this is what we got going on. Y'all want to make sure y'all go check out my full moon in Aquarius video, transiting through the houses, so we understand where these influences are hitting us specifically. Now we got sun square Uranus and Taurus. All right, so during this little period for about these next 2 days, when you have this type of influence with the sun and Uranus coming together in some type of shape or form, we're gonna have to learn about ourselves and our individuality. There has to be an awareness out of this chat. It has to be an awareness about our individuality after this transit that we need to, grow, that we need to become enlightened with. Uranus is about individuality. The sun is about your actions and what you're paying attention to and your awareness, all right, what you're consciously aware of. So when you have the squares, a learning process. So right now the sun got to learn from Uranus, Uranus got to learn from the sun. All right, Uranus got to learn to take more actions on his individuality. The sun got to make sure it gain more awareness about its own individuality. Look at your actions, be able to look at your actions and see if the way you express yourself and take action on initiative on things is in an individual like way. And a lot of these things are going to pertain to our forms of stability right now, because Taurus is in Uranus is in Taurus and the sun is in Leo. All right, so with this alignment, don't allow this sun in Leo, Taurus, because right now with the sun energy in Leo, this is being seen, especially for what you're creatively into, also dealing with your presentation. All right, the sun comes out and is seen every day, so we can have the influence on wanting to be seen, gaining attention. But on top of that, when you have the Uranus in Taurus, this is individuality through how you gain stability. This is you pushing out individuality and uniqueness through how you plant seeds and deal with your values. So right now we may be in a state where we have to right now learn if we need to put some of our values in the spotlight, express some of these things more, if we need to express our individuality more, align our individuality with the things that we value and let them things being seen. So these are the things we want to be learning right now. This transit is going to come with some unpredictability, a little bit of an unorganized type of feel to the day. All right, feeling a little disoriented. All right, because Uranus is dealing with transformation, and it can be a real rebellious like planet. It could be a real, I don't want to use the word chaotic, but more like it's like got a real black sheepish energy to it. Wherever Uranus at in your chart is, in your whatever house you have Uranus in your chart, this is the area of life you go through a lot of transformation. All right, this is the area of life that to others you may seem real radical and rebellious in that area of life. Okay, so this is like that type of energy we're going to be dealing with. All right, there's going to be a sense of independence that you have though. So when you have the sun line with Uranus, you want to take action on individuality to the point that you may take certain extreme action and want to push out your individuality based on certain circumstances and the energies that you're working with. So you just want to make sure that you're in a state of learning. Squares, it's a learning process. All right, starting this week, today, this Monday, Mercury is going to be opposing Saturn. When we have Mercury in Cancer opposing Saturn in Capricorn, this is having your thoughts and feelings be opposite from forms of stability. All right, so we got Saturn in Capricorn, aka we got reality being structured and organized. We're having a focus on how we're seeing our reality and maybe restructuring and reorganizing these things. And then we have Mercury in Cancer. So we're thinking about the feelings and emotions. We're thinking about a lot of things that are close to home right now, even though Mercury's moving its way out of Cancer and will be moving into Leo this week. But when we have Mercury opposite Saturn, you have some opposites are giving exchanges. So they have to learn to give each other something when they clash. So when they bounce, they good. And when they come together, they give each other again something. And when they separate, they good. But when they come, it's going to be a tough clash if they can't give each other something. It's the opposite. There's always something to fulfill the other one. So it's like Mercury opposite Saturn. You got to learn to align your ideas about the things that are making you comfortable or what you've been thinking about with Mercury during this Cancer season. I mean, Mercury transiting Cancer has been transiting Cancer for a minute because we had it going retrograde. You got to see how to align the things, the ideas, the things that you've been thinking about that relate to how you create emotional stability, and how does that balance with how you're looking at reality. All right, we got the 4th house space Cancer and the 10th house space Saturn. You got Mercury thinking about a lot of ideas and so maybe thinking about some of these things in the 4th house space so much that it starts sinking into some of these feelings. But then on the opposite end, you got Saturn in Capricorn, structuring, organizing, thinking about priorities and responsibilities relating to your reality, how you're structuring and organizing the reality you live in, how you're getting stability. Don't allow your thoughts to sink in too much emotions where you lose a sense of reality. Don't allow yourself to be too practical that you neglect things at home and you're not making sure you're paying attention and taking action initiative on certain things and ideas that you developed about things in the home. We got to learn to make that balance come together. All right, now on Tuesday, August 4th, we're gonna have Mars squaring Jupiter. So we're gonna have our passions, goals, desires in Aries, and it's gonna have to learn from Jupiter in Capricorn, dealing with the experiences and wisdom that we've extracted from everything we've been through the last damn near 8 months, for the goddamn past about 8-9 months that Jupiter kind of been orbiting in Capricorn. We have to learn from the experiences that we went through state in our stable life, as far as trying to get stable with our responsibilities, organization, structure, how we've been trying to restructure our reality. We have to learn from the things, and we have to align it with our passions. Mars is in Aries, going to be in there for a little minute this year. So we're going to have to learn how to continuously predicate our passions, goals, and desires within the same energy, channel all that willpower within the same energy. Now this is a square. During this period, all the things Jupiter been experiencing, all the things you've been experiencing business-wise, career-related, social status related, all them things you've been learning these past 6 months, 7 months, you have to understand how these things align with your passions. You have to understand how you're going to take that wisdom, extract that wisdom, take some of them gems and add it on to what you got going on with your new passions in Aries. We all should have been having the influence of new passions within these past couple of months. All right, these things should have already been brewing with Mars in Pisces. And when Mars got to Aries, it got to a point where we feel action oriented. When Mars in Aries, it wants to go. So now let's make sure we align the things we've been learning with Jupiter, because Jupiter is about learning, is about your experiences. Make sure we're aligning those things with our passion, goals, and desires. And that's popping off right there on Tuesday, August 4th. So the same day Mars squared Jupiter, we got Mercury entering Leo. Mercury was in Cancer for a minute, so we was thinking about the things close to home a lot, thinking about the internal, especially when Mercury went retrograde. There was a lot of things going on in the external realm that was able to shake up some feelings and emotions. So we had a lot of clustered times with trying to get our feelings and emotions and thoughts on the same page. Now with Mercury entering Leo, our minds are going to shift more so towards paying attention to how we creatively, artistically express ourselves. We're going to be analyzing how people express themselves. You're going to be analyzing people's presentation and how people are action orientated and the actions people take during Leo season, because Leo is fire. Okay, people that have Mercury in Leo, they know how to analyze, observe people's people's actions. They're good with knowing the details for things that's needed for the stage, that what type of camera lights, what type of outfits. They're good getting to the details of those things. All Leo like fifth house energies. So we want to make sure we shift our minds to paying attention to them things in our life. It's Leo season, so we already influenced to have our actions pay attention to Leo-like energy. Now we want to make sure we get our minds and our ideas to align as well. All right, family. And on the same day that we have Mercury entering Leo, we have the moon finally transiting out of Aquarius and making its way into Pisces. Every time we have the moon transit Pisces, that 12th house space is like we kind of summon up our moon cycle in a way, even though it may not be a new moon in Pisces. It's just that's the 12th space. The 12th space is dealing with, life after death, the subconscious, your dreams, fantasies, and imagination, the abstract realm, the yin realm. So you're reacting and responding to a lot of your feelings and emotions about how you've been distributing, connecting your feelings and emotions, how you've been either, taking action, or how you've been relating to your dreams, the relationship between your dreams and your imagination and reality. These are the things you're reacting and responding to, all right? And, my mutable signs got to watch out during the moon transit in Pisces, all right? So all of my Sagittarius, my Geminis, and my Virgos, all right? Because it's going to be squaring Geminis and Tauruses. I mean, not Geminis, sorry. It's going to be squaring Geminis and Sagittariuses. It's going to be opposite Virgo. So you guys got to learn to react and respond with some more feeling and emotion. Not intellect Gemini, not practicality Virgo, and not just how you see and what you know and how you feel about things, Sagittarius. All right. Now, August 5th. All right. What's that? Friday. Okay, not Friday, excuse me, Wednesday. 7th is the Friday. On Wednesday, we're going to have Venus conjunct the North Node. Now, the reason why this is important, because the North Node is dealing with our spiritual path. Venus is dealing with our pleasures. Venus is dealing with the things that we're trying to find comfortability in, the things that we appreciate, support, and want to connect to that may not be positive for us when we don't have a sense of moderation and balance with these things that we want to connect to that bring us pleasures, whether it's a person, place, or thing. So during this transit with North Node conjunct Venus, we're going to have to be looking at the things that bring us pleasures, the things that we've been supporting, appreciating, valuing, and loving that doesn't truly align with our spiritual path, our spiritual development, that we know are bad habits that's probably keeping us in certain cycles and certain lessons that we're not learning. A lot of our habits and a lot of things that we love and get attached to are the very things that keep you spiritually hindered. All right. So we got to make sure that love is very powerful in a very positive and could be powerful in a very negative way as well. Don't let the things that you overindulge in and that you love and want to connect to and find comfortability and be the same things that hinder you from your spiritual path and personal development. So experiences in our life, people, places, and things are going to be influence you to think about these things, pay attention to these things. Then moving on to Friday, we got the moon entering Aries. All right. So when the moon enters Aries, all right, we got to influence of some passion, being action oriented, looking at our personal life, seeing what we got going on in our personal life, seeing what needs to be what we need to take actions, what decisions we need to make in our personal life. Whatever house you have Aries in, this is the area where you're going to be feeling this passion, feeling like reacting and responding to the things that you see and feel in this house. Fire, see and feel. So that's starting off the weekend. So we're going to have a real fiery, expressive weekend on the way. Expect people to be very expressive about themselves. Expect people to want to put themselves in the spotlight, because Aries is dealing with your personal expression, Leo's dealing with your creative expression. So we all going to be feeling like relating to the things that we personally passionate about. All right, we can react impulsively, and on top of that, the sun actions want to support the things that we feel as far we feel and see about, and the way we want to express ourselves, because they're both dealing with expression. So you want to be careful with the way you're connecting to others. All right, people might be taking things personal during this real personal during this weekend. All right, you definitely want to be careful of that, because once again, we got the moon in the personal area, and the Leo energy is real connected to things about your personal presentation and shit. So be very careful just about how you connecting, mingling, and going about this weekend. A lot of fire in the air. Okay, then we got opportunities to express ourselves with all of this fire in the air, and then Venus is moving into Cancer. So at the same time, we got a lot of expression, we got a lot of People want to diving into action and kind of saving rationale later. Maybe some things, events in your life or whatnot that pop up this weekend that entice you to get out there and live life some. All right, get out there and react and respond to your passions about wanting to take action on things, express yourself, being seen, gaining attention. These are the things we're going to be passionate about. All right, and at the same time, Venus moving into Cancer. Venus is about what we love, support, and appreciate, and the things we choose to love, support, and appreciate. All right. So when you have Venus moving into Cancer, you're more so in a state of wanting to connect to things at home, relate to things at home, all right? Balance things in the home. We already had Mercury transit in Cancer, so we was thinking about all type of things in the home, and we was thinking into the things we were thinking about in the home, or to people, places, and things that we care about, probably got us into certain vibrations. With Venus moving through Cancer, the home area, these are the things you truly want to support through all type of positive perspectives. You want to find balance. You want to connect and create as much of a harmonious environment within your home environment during this transit, all right? So when we talk about Venus moving in Cancer, make sure you more in a compromising type of mediator type of mood, or, type of energy dealing with things in your home environment. All right, you got Venus in there. Venus want to support. Venus is the daughter of the moon. All right, the first daughter of the moon. The moon is the mother. This is the mother's house. So picture the daughter, a daughter that's grown or whatnot. She's probably married or whatnot, living her whole life. She comes home to visit moms. It's more of a state of reflecting on family matters, connecting back to these things, connecting to that motherly energy, wanting to support the roots of the things in the home. All right, wanting to support the foundation of emotional stability, wanting to see what it could do to show appreciation, to show value, to take action on anything that can balance or help that environment become as harmonious as possible. So this is like the influences we're gonna have with that transit, especially with all of them transits happening on Friday. All right, so until next weekend, family, y'all know every weekend I try to get them up every Sunday. My bad, I couldn't get it up last Sunday, but we got these energies right here, family. All right, so y'all already know, until next weekend, next Sunday evening, I'll have the new energies up for the week. You want to book a reading, you guys already know where to find us. All right, link in description. Visit our website. Y'all make sure y'all tap in with Holland Spices, Tamaya and Chris Holland and them. Get yourself spiritually protected out here. All right, family. Until next time, peace.